All right, let's get right into it. Tomorrow's setup for the QQQ is looking really critical. We're talking about a massive battle brewing, and we're going to break down everything you need to know, the key levels, the options flow, and exactly what could trigger a huge move. I mean, this quote just nails it. We're looking at a serious tug of war, like a magnet fight, all focused on one single price. And look, if you're holding calls or puts, you absolutely need to understand what's happening here before the market opens. Okay, and you know the drill, but it's super important. Everything we're talking about today is for informational and educational purposes only. This isn't financial advice. You've got to do your own homework and make your own decisions. All right, let's go. All right, let's set the scene. Right now, the market is basically in this incredibly tense standoff. So QQQ closed today right around 580 bucks. It was quiet, but quiet in a way that feels tense, you know? It's like coiling a spring. All that energy is getting packed in, building and building, which usually means a big explosive move is coming. The only question is, which way? So that brings us to the most important part of this whole thing, decoding the key levels. This is the battleground. This is where tomorrow's fight is going to be won or lost. And here it is, the big one, 581. This is the number to watch. They're calling it the gamma wall, and it's acting like a powerful price magnet. Why? Because there's a huge pile of options contracts sitting right at this strike. That means market makers are constantly buying and selling to stay balanced, and that activity literally pulls the price right back to 581. It's the center of gravity for tomorrow. Now, if we look up, there's another major player on the field, $584. This is what you'd call the institutional put wall. Think of it as a giant ceiling. The big money, the institutions, have stacked a ton of protective puts right here. It's a massive wall of resistance that the bulls are going to have a really hard time breaking through. So let's lay it all out. You've got your major support, that's the magnet, down at 581. Your major resistance is that big wall at 584. But look down there, at 578. That's the one you really need to watch on the downside. If we break that, that's the flip point. It could open the floodgates for a much, much bigger drop. Okay, so we've got our map of the battlefield, but what's the smart money actually doing? To figure that out, we've got to follow the options flow. This gives us some serious clues about what the big players are thinking. And wow, take a look at this. Today's options flow tells a pretty clear story. That big slice of the pie, that's puts. We're talking bets that the price is going down. They absolutely dominated the activity today, way more than calls. That is a huge signal of caution or even outright fear. And if we dig in a little deeper, where is all this put activity happening? Well, surprise, surprise, it's clustered right around our key levels, 581, 582, and 583. So what does that mean? It means traders are doing one of two things. They're either protecting their current positions from a drop, buying insurance, or they're making outright bets that the price is headed lower. Either way you slice it, it points to a pretty bearish vibe. So you see the setup, right? You've got this 581 magnet that wants to just keep the price stuck in a slow, grinding fight. But underneath the surface, you've got this massive, heavy bearish pressure building from all that put volume. It's like the calm before the storm. It's going to grind and grind until one side finally gives up. And when they do, expect a really sharp, fast move. Okay, so how do we trade this? Let's turn all this data into a simple game plan. Here are the two most likely scenarios to watch for. It really boils down to this, the bullish playbook. If the price can close above 582, that's your trigger. The bulls are in control and the target becomes that 584 to 585 resistance zone. Now, the bearish playbook. If the price closes at or below 580, that's the trigger for the bears. And if that happens, we're looking at a drop down towards that 577 to 575 area. Okay, let's boil this all down. What's the final takeaway? What do you absolutely need to remember for tomorrow? So, if you had to pick a side right now, the evidence suggests a slight bearish lean. Why? It's simple. That huge volume of puts, plus the fact that the price just couldn't break and hold above 582 today. It really feels like the sellers have a slight edge heading into the opening bell. So here's your action plan, boiled down to 3 simple steps. 1. Observe. Watch 581 like a hawk. That is the battlefield. 2. Know your bull trigger. A close above 582 means the bulls are taking over. And 3. Know your bear trigger. A close below 580 means the bears are in control. It's that simple. And really, that's what it all comes down to, isn't it? That's the big question for tomorrow.
With that 581 magnet pulling everyone into the fight, who's going to win? Will the bulls find the strength to punch through that resistance? Or are the bears going to take this thing down?
Hey, if you want to get these key levels, the ones that really matter, delivered to you every day, make sure you subscribe. We break it down like this daily. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.